G'day trendsetters. Today I'm in Opelika, or is it Opelika? Anyway, it's in Alabama, and behind me is the beautifully restored Opelika depot, railway station, etc. Nowadays a preschool of some kind, and next door you have a big freight loading area. So let's kick off the tour by rolling around town, seeing what we can find. This is my second time to this town. I just haven't recorded any video here. And I've got a loop of about 65 miles, so it's about 107 kilometers in total. And in keeping with my usual routine, I'm rolling at about 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So guaranteed good times. I'm probably going to crack somewhere along the way. Enough claptrap, let's get rolling. This is the first time I've ever seen a railway station converted to a childcare facility. I've seen railway stations converted to regular houses before, but that's a first. So I'm right on the edge of downtown, right ahead of me. So let's see what we can find. There you go. Chevy, I think it's a Nomad. Opelika Shoe Repair. A couple of restaurants, and you might notice classic brick roads. There is an active railway line through this town, just over there. So for now I'm going to cruise around this side of the tracks, and I'll cover that side of the tracks shortly. This is the Irish Bread Pub. I wonder if an Irish person owns it. And you might be able to see in the background, that's probably the courthouse building. Hello, 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 we've got a bike shop here. James Brothers Bikes were open. You know what we should do? We'll go in and say hello. This is the Museum of East Alabama. That's me, hello. Just going to cruise down to the bike shop. They've got beer available in this place. Amazing. Definitely need to go in here and say hello. There you go, folks, check this out. This is the Kona, what is it called again?
Sutra ULTD.
You heard from the man himself. He even has a drop of seat post for those who desire to go gnarly, and very wide 29-inch tyres. Nice lads at the bike shop there. So if you're in town, be sure to swing by James Brothers Bikes. On with our tour, the Walker Building. But next door, check out that. That has to be the courthouse. And what a beautiful courthouse it is. So this is the Lee County Courthouse. This is about as close as I'm going to get to the front door, out of respect for those barriers. Let's have a quick read of the plaque. Here you go, almost anything with the Blues Brothers out the front, and these folks sell retro video games. This is the First Baptist Church of Opelika, and I have to tell you, it is pretty massive. It's kind of difficult to see the size from this perspective. This is a view from the square in the center of town, I think. Anyway, you can see the courthouse right there. I'm going to scope out the fountain here. The town is laid out like many towns I've visited in this part of the world, where there's a central square and usually courthouses nearby, and in this case a lovely fountain. The Railroad Investment Group and Sassy Salon. Collaboration Station. You don't see that too often. Auburn fencing, look at that, fencing. Wow. There used to be the First National Bank, and this is all along Railroad Avenue, a series of shops and restaurants. And if I recall, I ate years ago at Maffia's restaurant right there, before the Standard Deluxe race many years ago. And I'll link that in the description below because it was a good race, and it seems like a very distant piece of history nowadays. Here we go, a nice little plaque with some more information about Opelika. Opelika, a railroad town. First United Methodist Church right there. Right there is Opelika City Hall. Opelika Fire Department Station number 1. Some very lovely historic homes, again in this town, which is pretty common in the southeast. At least that's been my experience thus far. Directly across the road is the Lewis Cooper Jr. Memorial Library. And you know, folks, a lot of you might be disappointed, I have not found the post office yet. Welcome to historic Opelika, founded in 1854, and just behind is the Opelika Chamber of Commerce building. Beautiful. Well, it's an old house, isn't it? Let's go scope out the other side of the tracks. I know for certain there's a brewery over there, the Red Clay Brewing Company. You know, it would have been magnificent if I had a train come along here. Would have been superb timing. There's the event centre for downtown. Looks like Coca-Cola has something to do with that. Oh yeah, I think it was an old bottling plant. That would explain why. And here is the Red Clay Brewing Company. This is not my first time to this establishment. They are open. I'll check out their hours because I might have to have a brew after the ride. The problem is if I have a brew now, I won't want to ride. I want to have a nice little sleep. Inside the Red Clay Brewing Company, I'll be back later on. They close at 11:30 tonight, no worries. This building on my right might have been a distribution centre for Coors. I might have been right for once. Look at that. They also carry Schlitz, which is arguably one of the worst beers ever. Nothing personal. Premium Beverage Company. I think they're still trading. Good stuff. Now, a historic church for your viewing pleasure. This is an Episcopal church. Let's have a look at the plaque. This is a beautiful old building. I love the fieldstone. And here is the cornerstone. Another view of downtown. And I know you trendsetters are going to ask me, what bike are you riding today, John? Well, check it out. The J. Gillum Italia titanium bike with a very unique group set. FSA Wii semi-wireless drivetrain. I'll flip it around real quick so you can see a closer look. Full FSA Wii drivetrain with complementing vision parts, a FSA sister company, and my wheel set is one of my personal wheel sets. It's the NV G23 but with bird BRD spokes. I reviewed this wheel set earlier on the gravelcyclist.com website and YouTube channel, and I love this wheel set. It is so nice. Well, this is dangerous. There's another brewing company here in town, the Resting Pulse Brewing Company. Ay, ay, ay. All within one block. 2 breweries, pretty amazing. What are you going to do? This is one of the most interesting stop signs I've ever seen. Dropped in the middle of the road. This be Heritage House for all of your lodging and event needs. Very nice indeed. Okay folks, we're going to depart Opelika now, Opelika. And I'm going to be suffering like a dog, without doubt. On the way out of town, admiring some beautiful historic homes. This happens to be the historic district. Folks, that has to be the biggest water tower I've spotted in any town anytime recently. Okay, that is quite impressive. Gargantuan, humongous. Any objective you can think of. Bloody hell. I come to you from the first gravel road of the route. It took a little while to reach this road, but it looks like it was worth the effort. Check this out. What's interesting is there's 13 crimes of note according to the Garmin Crime Pro today. I've already knocked out one on pavement, so I'm in for a supperfest, that's for sure. This is climb number 2, and I'm already hurting here. The good news is, most of these climbs are pretty short. I believe the longest one's about 1 kilometre long. I have no idea where I'm at. All I know is I'm somewhere in a forest on a red clay road with gravel smattered atop. This course profile is up and down like a yo-yo. The gravelly road is gravelly indeed. Plenty of chunks, big rocks, chunks of gravel, etc. as my steed takes a break. There used to be the Oak Brewery grocery store. She's long out of business. Oak Brewery, settled 1828. There isn't much here nowadays. A Methodist church and a few houses in the area. This road is an amazing respite from the heat with its gorgeous tree canopy. I think I mentioned before, maybe I didn't, forecast high temperatures today. I think it's about 95 Fahrenheit, so 36, 35 Celsius, pretty toasty. This is hill number 428. Contemplating life beside a desolate looking cornfield in the middle of nowhere, Alabama, beneath the shade of some tree. You know, I probably, in hindsight, should have departed earlier today. That's okay. Lafayette, the next town, is about 12 miles away, so just cruising along, taking my time. Folks, welcome to Lafayette, Alabama. This stop could not have done soon enough. There's the blazing sun, bloody hell. And got some amazing shaded roads coming up. There has been a lot of shade on this route. That's no fault but my own. Can't make shaded roads, but you can leave earlier in the day, so there you go. Don't start your ride late in the day. Approaching downtown Lafayette. Giddy up. If you're a naughty person, you end up in the James C. Morgan Chambers County Detention Facility. Don't be a naughty person. So there you go, Bad Boys Bail Bond Company. There's the water tower from a distance. There is the Lafayette Police Department. And right next door is City Hall. Oh my gosh. And there is the United States Post Office for Lafayette, Alabama 36862. This looks like a feed store of some kind. Nice gone, Alabama. Well, as you can see, I'm at a convenience store sitting down, consuming this hydration. Now I'm feeling pretty dodgy. It is hot as, I won't even say what. But this is the adventurous life I lead. Hanging out at convenience stores in the hinterlands of Alabama and beyond. Evidence of a bygone era, the payphone, which is pretty much dead. This is the LaFayette United Methodist Church with some very impressive looking stained glass windows. Let's check out the cornerstone and see when it was built. 1914. There's an old barber shop. Here be the Chambers County Courthouse, and there's a statue here. Mr. Joe Louis Barrow, World Heavyweight Boxing Champion from 1937 to 1949, born May 13, 1914 in Chambers County, Alabama. Here is the Chambers County Courthouse with a memorial at the front for folks from World War II in this particular county. This building on the corner may have been an old theatre. The building next door to it was built in 1901. This was probably, I would say definitely, an old gasoline station. They used to repair cars there as well, and you can see where the pumps once resided. This is the Lafayette Presbyterian Church, organised in 1835. The Lafayette Library. This house here wins the award for most interesting house. The chimney's gone bye-bye. That's a serious restoration project, if it is going to be restored. The view from the cemetery gate, I'm not going to head inside and poke around. It's getting late in the day and I've got to get cracking. Another 40 k's or 25 miles still to ride. Left and right of me is a massive solar farm. Those things are good in theory, but they take up an awful lot of land. Well, I guess if I had a solar farm, I'd probably have sheep hanging out on the property, chewing all the weeds and whatnot. Onto another sweet Alabama gravel road. This one's been graded. Looks pretty tasty. And with it being later in the day, the temperature has fallen somewhat, and I've got a lot more shadowing from the trees. So the rest of this ride should be somewhat pleasant. It's been pleasant, but I've been suffering in the heat, no lie. How lovely is this? I really wish I had this tree canopy earlier in the day, but I guess can't be choosers. The best part is, no cars. I believe this is hunting property either side of the road, so I should have this road mostly to myself. Here's another steep unnamed climb. Good training, I guess. With that said, I have no idea what I'm training for. There's nothing going on during COVID. This be the definition of a very rocky descent. I'm on to climb number 9 of 13. It's a steep little bugger. This is where I'm very thankful to have a double crank set up. I've Got 4630 on the front, and on the rear 11 to 32. So nice spread of gears, very small gaps. The old pick a plank bridge, the easiest way is to take the middle line. Unless of course it's rotted out. How easy is that, eh? Miles and miles and miles of this beautiful forest road, and I have not seen a single car. Now, in case anyone's wondering, some of these roads might have been featured on the lovely Standard Deluxe ride race, whatever it's called. Unfortunately got cancelled this year due to COVID-19, but that's a favourite event of mine in Southeast out of Waverley. Standard Deluxe, I'll link it in the description below. If you ride long enough on a hot day, the temperature does drop towards the end of the day. Naturally, that's stating the obvious, but check out this marvellous scenery, even though it's on a paved road, which is bridging across to the next section of Alabama loveliness. Look at this tree cover, will you? That is mind-blowing. This is on par, if not better, than some of the live oak tree cover I see back in my USA home base of Gainesville, Florida. There's an Aussie style windmill. Hopefully it's not too glary in the sun. There you go. Aussie style windmill for drawing water out of the ground. Oh, this is another spectacular road. Hello, we've got a different version of pick a plank. This one I have to ride carefully on one plank, and I'm going to do it one-handed and hopefully not die on camera. That's a bit murky, that water. Doesn't look too inviting for a swim. Look at that, I'm on the outskirts of Alabama. Not Alabama, Opelika, Alabama. I'm delirious. Anyway, I've still got about 10 k's to ride. There you go, railway junkies. A railway line in the middle of nowhere. What a magnificent view, and towards the end of the day, I think I've got about, yes, 5 miles, 8 kilometers just left to ride. On to the final climb that Garmin recognises for the day, and it's a mongrel on pavement. Less than 2 kilometers to ride. Welcome to Opelika, however you pronounce it, Alabama. Post ride at the brewery. Cheers. Does it get any better? You got the brewery, you got bikes, and you got the train going through. Bloody brilliant. Hey folks, I'm with the owner of the brewery. Look at that. Mate, first of all, what's your name?
I'm Kerry.
Kerry, you love this town, don't you?
Absolutely.
He's being shy. He was born and raised there. See that? Red Clay Brewing. So
Well,
this
I thought it was going to be a photo.
Well, no, you're going to have something so profound.
Profound.
Okay, nothing profound?
Every sword has 2 edges.
He is such a genius. Okay, enough of that. Just notice his beard, right? That is not a half-assed beard. That's a real man beard. If I could grow a beard, I'd grow a beard like that. But I can't.
After 8 years in the military, shaving twice a day, when I got out, I said I'd never shave again.
You shave twice a day, mate?
Yeah, it grows pretty fast.
You seen this? I've got a day and a half. It looks like crap.
When you have to put on a mask to fight a fire or, you know, biological, chemical attack, and you have to make it seal.
God,
I had to shave twice a day.
Oh, mate, that's fantastic
okay,
insight.
when you wake up at 4 a.m., you have to shave twice a day.
That's brutal. I'm never joining the military. I'm too old anyway. Mate, thanks for your time. And I'll tell you, the brewery is fantastic. Hey, if you're in Opelika, Alabama, you need to visit Red Clay Brewing. It's the original brewery. Well, folks, I think now is a good time as any to close off the video, considering there's a mega freight train rolling through Opelika. Thanks for tagging along. I hope you found this video somewhat interesting. And thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the bell button to be notified of future videos as they appear on the channel. I'll see you in the next video.